And even if it's multi-company, which used to be a complexity that, risk-based, you sometimes wouldn't do it and sometimes you would, and you'd be hand calculating it in or calculating it in Excel. We all automated that. I mean, Equifax or Vita at the time automated that with the company beneficial ownership report, and then other information brokers have since followed. So what problem do we really need to solve? And for years, we've just been calling out two things. One is trusts and transparency of trusts and beneficiaries behind trusts. So, ideally phase two would be, after listed entities, would be trusts. So aside from the trust issue, then there's this, well, why does ASIC allow you to have nominee share ownership via this beneficially held flag? And I actually think this flag at ASIC, there's probably some errors in people incorrectly setting that flag in terms of registering on the company register. And then in terms of search, there's probably people not understanding the importance of that flag and how their workflow needs to be different. And they need to work out, actually get actual share registry ownership and work out who these nominees are holding the shares on behalf of. So if we could tackle those two problems via some form of and it would be determined by ASIC and not public, it should be accessible by regular entities for that purpose. Because that example I give of who is the director of the home builder that's done a shoddy job and I need to take them to Department of Fair Trading, I need that information, but as a member of the public, do I need to know who the beneficial owner is? I personally don't think so. Certainly not just public and free.
Well, there's been, again, what came up in the research was there's been some, definite impact and waves from the 2022 CJEU judgment, which came up in our first podcast. I imagine is going to come up a few more times now in terms of the impacts on global transparency around beneficial ownership data. So maybe that is a factor, and perhaps some of the other cases we've seen globally that has led to a gradual shrinking of the scope.
Yeah, everyone I talk to, it's really moving to a regulated entities definitely needed. Why does the public need it is to be determined.